Stella, in the Express, the Tory Peer in the House of Lords saying that what you've got to do with the migrant boats is send drones over to pop them. To pop them. How does that work?
You know what, Jeremy? I really love it when Conservatives go completely feral. And this particular peer, he's a hereditary peer, so I'm sure he will understand why then people are not particularly sympathetic when they're crying out because Keir Starmer wants to repeal having hereditary peers.
This guy's called Lord Lucas, and I, of course, misread it.
Yeah, he was Lord
right?
Lucan,
I thought Lord Lucan, I don't know if do you know who Lord Lucan is, out of interest? In the 60s, this member of the House of Lords killed his nanny and escaped and went missing.
Yeah.
I think he mistook the nanny for his wife.
Yeah, he did. He killed the nanny with a lead pipe.
Yeah.
And then the wife happened upon the crime, so he tried to kill her but didn't. And then she fled from the house and went to the pub down the road in Lower Belgrave Street and raised the alarm. And nobody's seen Lord Lucan since.
No. So the whole of my life has Lord Lucan like Elvis? Has he been spotted in a car park? Has he been spotted in Brazil? Suddenly, I misread this. I thought he just showed up in the House of Lords, but it's not him.
Bloodthirsty, as the notorious one from there. Yeah.
No, so this, well, you raise a good point. Do you think it's not practical to pop the boats?
I think it is insane. They keep on. There are all of these Conservative politicians where they keep on having all of these solutions to the asylum crisis and the immigration problems and, you know, the boats crossing the channel. And they are suggesting things that are clearly illegal. A country like the UK cannot be doing things that are illegal.
If you pop it, though, in shallow waters, that's the idea, I'm assuming. And I mean, I don't know what... Because, Mike, obviously, if you're firing a projectile at a boat... and it misses the boat and hits the people, that would not be good.
I think the whole idea is to try and deflate the boats while they're still on the beach. Now, we have got pictures of the French police doing that. They have arrived with knives and they, you know, very, very rare occasions.
Very rare.
They have slashed a boat. But it just illustrates once again the fact that nobody in this country's got a solution to the boat problem. Record number of people came over last Saturday, right? Robert Jenrick, contender for the Tory party leadership, you know, going on about it again this morning.
Actually, before you say any more, let's watch this. So this is Jenrick, who may be the next Tory leader, speaks about stopping the boats on a programme called Never Mind the Ballots.
French don't care. They could put police officers and gendarmes on the beaches of France.
They've got the drones. We're paying them millions of pounds a year to do that.
They're not doing it seriously. They're not arresting people. They could turn back the boats in shallow waters, like the Belgians do for us, which has prevented almost all small boats leaving from Belgian beaches. The French could stop this tomorrow. They don't want to, and the reason for that is they're punishing us because of Brexit.
Well, you know, he might be right.
Well, Boris Johnson said that in his book, the first serialisation of Boris Johnson's book. He said Macron punished us because of Brexit. What Boris Johnson alleges is that Macron actually encouraged more people to go across the channel so that he could say to Boris Johnson, Brexit didn't stop the number of people
that might be true.
Country.
No, that might not be true. I think that it is so infuriating when you see people who want to lead the whole country constantly blaming third parties. Robert Jenrick was a member of this government that was leading the immigration policy for 14 years. He's just finding justifications for his failed government.
OK, Mike in the Telegraph, while we're on the subject of Tory leadership contenders, the two left in the race are on the right, Kemi Badenoch and Jenrick, who we saw.
Yes.
And this has led, apparently, some of the centrists in the Conservative Party to say they're not going to take part.
Yeah, well, that's up to them. I don't like the centrists because I don't think the centrists are proper Tories. I don't think they represent the Tory values that I have. I'm delighted it's come down to a choice of two who I believe do hold proper Tory policies, but I'm a bit suspicious of Jenrick. I think he's reinvented himself over the last 12 months and he's a performer on the stage at the Tory party conference. Kemi Badenoch, to me, is the woman who can save our country.
I think she's going to win, but when I said this the other day, Anne Widdecombe said, I will place a bet with you that she won't. So not everyone thinks she will. I just think the Conservative members are going to love her. What do you think? Who do you think is going to win?
Conservative members do love her. There is something about... I can't remember who was saying that. Another political commentator was saying how the Conservative Party, they love to pick the kind of candidate that you wouldn't expect. And they love especially to pick a woman or someone who is from an ethnic minority to show that they are really anti-racist and not sexist and all of that. They really like picking the one you would least expect. But beyond that, I do think there is something about Kemi Badenoch, about the way she speaks, about the way she's so plain speaking. I know that people were saying, oh, she's very aggressive and all of that, and we've heard the stories. But I was at Tory Party conference last week for my work, not because I have anything to do with the Conservative Party. And I did find her to be extremely confident and comfortable on stage.
Yeah,
I agree.
Interesting.
Totally
Well,
agree.
it seems to be you just basically, they vote for the one who most reminds them of Thatcher.
And
it probably is her. After a 5 Live listener referred to previous Conservative leaders and current hopefuls as Fruit Loops, the Conservative MP Andrew Bowie waded in to defend them.
Just to confirm, Andrew, you don't think either of them are Fruit Loops either?
No, absolutely not.
Very good.
I can categorically confirm I do not think the candidates are Fruit Loops.
It's always dangerous to repeat the word. Because that makes it circular. Fruit Loops, I don't know, they seem relatively sensible.
But this idea that you can only win from the centre, I totally disregard. Mrs Thatcher was not a centrist. And the Red Wall was formed by working class people in the north of England who also were not centrist.
Yeah,
they valued Tory
the reason
policies.
Thatcher and Boris did what they did is because Thatcher had Michael Foot and Boris Johnson had Jeremy Corbyn.
True.
So you need Labour to go to the left in order to go to the right. That's that's my observation.
But David Cameron, David Cameron tried to get in the middle and steal Tony Blair's clothes and then didn't get a majority, whereas if he'd have been a true Tory, he would have done first time.
Okay.
I would say he did well enough. I think that the Conservative leadership candidates are suffering from audience capture, where they have a radicalised membership base that continues to become more and more extreme in their views and their appetite for whatever extreme policies they want. And so they have to say the most insane thing, including Kemi Badenoch, to grab their attention and make them vote for them. It's very sad.
So you're going to love this, Stella. There's now this tournament between countries. I'm not even sure what it's called, the League of Nations or something?